And so in our third year, we decided, yeah, we're going to start trying for a baby.
Yeah.
And then the negative pregnancy results started coming.
Yeah. One after another.
One after another.
And it's you and me, babe, whatever comes. Knowing bigger hands are holding ours, and the greatest days are ahead of us. Growing in love, learning to be a better us.
Hi there, so glad you've joined us for A Better Us. Welcome to our home.
If you're one of our regular viewers, you're probably familiar with some special people we call our kitchen couples. 4 married couples at various stages of life who share lessons they've learned from their own personal experiences. Today, we want to spotlight one of those couples.
We happen to know quite a bit about this particular couple because they're our kids. Our son Eric and his wife Kara are the youngest of the couples in the kitchen, and they're both ordained ministers and have served various churches in youth and children's ministries.
Recently, they sat down with our cameras to share how they met, their love story, some things they discovered about each other, as well as the most difficult season they've walked through as a couple, their struggle with infertility.
They're very real with what they've gone through as they candidly share the highs and the lows of their heart-wrenching journey.
As well, Dr. Mike on the Beach will give us what he calls a roadmap to intimacy. And sex and marriage author Sheila Wray Gregoire will share some interesting facts and practical advice about hormones and sex.
We always get some pretty straight talk from Sheila.
That's the truth. There's a packed half hour to come, so you're not going to want to miss a minute.
Stay with us.
So if I asked you to take a road trip from where you're at to, let's say, California, could you get there? Probably, right? You could get in your car, jump on the interstate, head south, or for me it'd be west, and at some point you'd end up in California, probably. But the best thing to do if you want to end up in California is to do what? Get a map. Right? Open your road map up, get your phone out with your GPS and say, okay, let me create an intentional plan for how to get from where I'm at to where I want to be. Just makes sense, right? Well, the same is true for emotional and sexual intimacy in our marriage. You can get to intimacy accidentally without even trying, kind of fall backwards into it, but you're way better off if you develop a plan to be intentional about cultivating emotional and sexual intimacy in your marriage. So that being said, I'm going to give you a start to your roadmap to intimacy. Here we go. Number 1, you've got to connect 15 minutes every day with your spouse. This is non-negotiable. You cannot hedge on this. You can't let this fall by the wayside. You've got to connect 15 minutes one-on-one, mano a mano with your spouse. Now, when you do this, there's some things I want you to think about incorporating into that time. Number 1, you've got to have some focus on emotional connection, right? So look at each other in the eyes, like share a positive thought or a feeling or an affirmation with somebody. Like that's a healthy thing to be able to just share that emotional moment every day, right? But I also want you to incorporate some sort of spirituality into this. It doesn't have to be long. There are quiet times for couples. I give them out at my office all the time. It literally will take you 5 minutes. You read it, you pray quickly, and it's done. And guys, it's incredibly important. There also needs to be a physical component to this. Don't freak out, okay? It's okay. I'm not saying you have to have sex every day with your spouse in 15 minutes. What I am saying is you need to have like 20 seconds where you're gonna kiss them, kiss your spouse, your wife, your husband, right? You need 5 to 10 seconds where you're just gonna give them a nice hug. We've got to have that physical connection every day. All right, so those are your daily commitments for your roadmap. Now, secondly, you're going to have some weekly commitments. You ready? you got to date. You've got to go on dates with your spouse. You're not going to be emotionally connected, sexually connected, if you're not taking the time out to spend time with your spouse. Okay, we're going to get this out of the way. Just because you go on a date, it does not mean that you have sex. There, I said it. However, when you go on your date, you do need to have a moment where you have a physical connection. It's important. Now that might mean that you spend 15 minutes cuddling on the couch, but there's gotta be a moment when you remember that there's something special about this relationship, and we're gonna devote some time to it physically on our date night. So that's your weekly commitment. Now we're gonna go to a monthly commitment. I call the monthly commitment, I want you to just have like a special date, like an extended period of time. My wife and I can go grab dinner on a date night, and we can do it in an hour and a half and get it done and really connect, and it can be good. But man, once a month, you need to take an extended period of time where you don't have a bunch of distractions and a bunch of kids coming at you and people calling you on the phone and your job coming at you, where you can just do something really special with your spouse. Like maybe you go on a hike, or maybe you go on a little kayak trip with your spouse. My wife and I, we do something funny. We go to the special mall. Like we've got a regular mall that's close to our house, but then we got a special mall, and that's like an hour away, and we drive there, and we talk, and we have lunch, and then we shop around a little bit, and we do this like once a month, and it's super fun, and it helps us connect. All right, now you've got one more piece to your emotional sexual roadmap. You ready? This is a quarterly commitment, and you can do it. It's a quarterly commitment. Every quarter, I want you to get away and take like an entire day and a night just with your spouse. I know this is hard, and some of you are coming up with all the reasons why it will never happen. It could never happen, Mike, because we can't afford it. Well, yeah, you can. Have somebody take your kids and stay home. But it needs to be a special moment where you're saying, we're gonna spend like 24 hours together. My wife and I did not do this for years. Life crowded in. We had all these kids. We felt like it was just impossible, but we did it one time. This was several years ago. We just said, we're gonna do this. And I'm telling you guys, it revolutionized the ability for us to feel that sense of emotional and sexual connection, to just have that sheer amount of time together with each other one-on-one. So there you have it. You want to have a healthy marriage? Follow your roadmap for emotional and sexual intimacy.
After leaving some of the appointments, I remember having to forgive Eric in my head because I resented him because I had to go through all of this.
Hi, we hope you're enjoying the show.
You know, our vision at A Better Us is to see every marriage become a loving union that creates a safe family haven, building a legacy of hope for future generations.
That's why we feel it's so important to invest in marriage relationships through producing a new episode of A Better Us every week.
Absolutely. If you feel as we do that marriages are worth investing in, then please consider joining us as a member of A Better Us with a monthly donation of $25.
You'll be making a big difference in lives and families, and we'll send you 2 of our special mugs, the mugs that you see our kitchen couples using each program.
Absolutely. And be sure to send us your mugshot selfie, and we'll post it on our Facebook page and on our website.
Simply visit abetterus.tv and click donate to set up your automatic monthly giving. And God bless you, and thank you so much for making this program possible and helping us strengthen marriages.
So we can all become a better us.
How did we first meet? It would have been in
2011.
2011.
We did meet 2011.
Masters Bible College and
Yep.
Seminary in Peterborough, Ontario.
We were
it
in
was-
the same year.
It was our first year, yeah.
It was our first
And there was
year.
orientation for all the first years.
Yep.
And I do remember her very specifically. I remember I remember her, I'll call it sense of humor, but it was more of It was more of a raw sarcasm, which I was
It wasn't
drawn
that
to.
bad. It wasn't that bad.
I
It
was
was
drawn
just a
to it though.
joke.
I was just like, I need to get to know this
Yeah.
girl better because I think she's awesome.
I remember Eric, he had, you know, the 3D glasses that you wear to movie theaters. They were punched out, and he had bright red and blue shoes, and he was the tallest guy in our class. And I was like, I want to get to know that guy. And as we got to know each other, there was a spark there, an undeniable spark.
I honestly couldn't see myself pursuing or even asking for the phone number of any other girl. Kara was the one that I was just focused on. I was locked in. I was just like, there's something special about her, and like I need to get to know her better.
Yeah.
And as I got to know her better, fell in love.
Mm-hmm. We were playing this game called 20 Questions, and over a week we were just trying to get to know each other better. And one time we decided to go to a poutine place in Peterborough where we met.
Awesome spot.
It is an awesome spot.
Over 100 different flavors of poutine.
It was delicious.
Oh yeah.
One of his questions were, can I finally have your number? And I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
After
so-
that, I remember you saying, like, what took you so long?
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
did think
it's like,
that.
I don't know, I was nervous.
Seriously. I remember driving in the car with my mom and my sister, and we had just left the store, and I was like, Mom, I'm going to marry Eric David Mainse. And she was like, okay, Kara. And then about a year later, I think we got engaged. So
yeah.
I just knew.
So you were true to your word to your parents.
I was true, and you helped with that, so
I did.
thank you.
I did. What is one highlight memory from our wedding day? It might be the cliche moment, but you walking down the aisle, and all the heads were on you. There were maybe a few people turning to see if I would cry,
Yeah.
and I think I did tear up a little bit.
You definitely
Just-
had some
I don't- you were
allergies during that moment.
You were like a princess walking down the aisle to me, and I was really,
I think that was my favorite moment too, just walking down the aisle and seeing you and all of our vows and promising each other and the covenant we made that day. And then I think at the reception too, when we were able to celebrate with all of our friends and family, and
yeah.
it was just a really good day.
I come from a family of 5, and so there's 3 kids. I'm the youngest, and my parents, Ron and Ann Mainse. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're definitely a gaming family.
Yes.
We play board games and card games, and like that's kind of how we bond. We have good conversations at the kitchen table playing games.
I definitely had to get used to that because they love this game called Settlers of Catan,
Yeah.
and it took me 2 years.
She's like, I'm never gonna
I know.
win.
I was like, I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm so
Yeah.
over it. But then when I did win, it was so sweet. It was so good.
I'm pretty sure I put that picture on my Instagram
I think
of
you
you
did.
winning the game.
And I come from a family where I'm a twin, and so her name is Kayla, and Kayla and I are best friends, and she's wonderful. And it's funny, we picked both ministry. We do a lot of things together, and our family, with my mom and my dad, we love to travel, so that's what we love to do. We love to just go places, enjoy photography. It's really good. So when coming together, our families both do different things to have fun, so it was really cool to get to know another family and learn how
Yeah.
they have fun and kind of
And make
incorporate
compromises, and incorporate the different things of the family. Because like
Yeah.
your parents like to play games now. 'Cause
Yeah.
I brought some games over and
Yep.
everything. Yeah, so it's been a lot
It's
of fun.
been really good to
Just
watch our
joining our
families
families together.
evolve,
Yeah,
over the
exactly.
years, and beat you in Settlers. It's always a good time.
Totally.
Good.
I always say that our 3rd year was and is the best year. I just felt like that was when we were really starting to get to know each other. That was when we were starting to understand each other
it's kind of like a
better,
turning
communicate better.
It's
Yeah.
like we're really in sync now. Like,
Yeah.
this is awesome.
That's how I
Yeah,
felt. And I
that's a
think
good year.
because of that, we decided that maybe it was time to start a family. I just remember us being so excited and
Yeah.
the anticipation of waiting for the very first time to
Yeah.
see if there was a positive. And so we were like, okay, we're young, like this is gonna happen right away. We're gonna celebrate. We had talked to a few of our best friends and we were like, wouldn't it be cool if we all got pregnant
we can
together?
plan this together,
Yeah.
and our kids
Our
can
kids
grow
could be
up
best
together,
friends,
be in
and
school
we could be
yeah.
on mat leave together.
Yeah, and so
And there was exciting times.
and so in our 3rd year, we decided, we're going to start trying for a baby.
Yeah.
And then
And then
the negative pregnancy results started coming.
Yeah. One after another.
One after another, each month.
And I remember getting to a point of being so desperate. I was driving in the car. It was just me. And I remember praying. Well, it was more like begging. And I was like, God, please let it be this one. Please, please, this time, let it be. We were at a point in our marriage where people kept asking, when are you going to have kids? When are you going to have kids?
Mm-hmm.
And people were just expecting it out of us. And it almost turned into a painful conversation because they didn't know. And the question is, when do you let
people in? Most of the time, we would just answer with a smile. We'd be like, oh, you know what, we're talking about it. We were actually with our best friends, and they were like, hey, let's go out to a movie. Let's go see a movie. And so we went to a movie, and we right before the movie started, right?
Yeah.
They turned to us and they were just like, oh, by the way, we're pregnant.
We're pregnant.
And then we were like, we were happy with them. We were like, oh, that's awesome. Like, okay.
It was like a bittersweet moment because we were like, oh, we wanted to be pregnant with you guys, and they started trying after us.
And so then our hope just kind of got a little more stronger. So, okay, well, we really hope that this month or next month it happens. 3 weeks later, your twin sister, we went out. They were just like, hey, you guys want to go see a movie? And it was actually the same movie. The exact same movie that our best friends had told us at. We were like, yeah, let's go see, rewatch it again with them. It'll be fun.
Family time.
And after the movie, walking to the parking lot, walking to our cars, they turned to us. They were like, hey, guess what? Like, we are pregnant.
We're expecting.
It happened. And it actually happened on their very first try. And so then we looked at each other, and like we were happy for them.
We were so happy
for them.
We were so happy.
At the same time, we're kind of crushed.
Like a wave.
We've been trying for over a year at this point, and it's not happening for us.
Yeah, and I just remember being so excited. My twin's pregnant, my best friend's pregnant. Like, what a time to rejoice. But it was also this moment of like crushing. Yeah. Like, I remember her telling us.
She told us, and she was like, guys, she was hugging Kara, and because they were happy for each other, but she looked at Kara and she's like, Kara, I've been struggling with how I was going to tell you this, because I know that you're struggling with conceiving, and so I don't know, I in the end I just wanted to tell you because you're my sister. And yeah, it was tough. I remember the car ride home after that movie, and I felt so helpless. I always try to be Kara's rock, and like I can only tell her that I love her so much in one moment, but it's not going to fix what we were going through during that season. And so I just, driving home, I felt so helpless. Kara's crying in the passenger seat, and I can't do anything about it. So we went to the fertility doctor, and he told us that you guys are young, like it's not impossible.
It either could be like a female health issue or a male health issue, and I just remember leaving and struggling with this idea of like, okay, so like maybe it's not me, like, and I just remember carrying all this guilt and shame.
Test results took a little while, and then they came back, and we found out that it's not Kara's issue at all. Like it was something in me that was giving us less of a chance to get pregnant. I didn't know how to process that. I felt an overwhelming sense of guilt, and I was just like, well, I'm the reason that we're going through this season.
After leaving some of the appointments, I remember having to forgive Eric in my head because I resented him because I had to go through all of this. I remember thinking that it didn't matter like what the issue was, that we're a team and we were facing this together with God. The enemy tries to divide you so badly, and I remember thinking that when I was like mad at Eric because I was like, I have to go through these things because of something that we're dealing with, and I just remember thinking like, no, we're in this together. We're a unit, and we're stronger together than pinning the blame on each other.
16 months after we had started to try, we found out that one of the tests was positive.
Yeah.
And so we took it again and again, and then all of them said positive.
Yeah.
And we were like,
And it was a time to
we were
dance.
like,
It was a
"Thank you,
time to
Jesus,
rejoice.
This is happening." Like, we were so happy.
We couldn't believe
And
it. And then
one of the most challenging times in our entire marriage thus far was when we found out that we had lost that baby.
Yeah. I remember getting the call from the doctor confirming that I had in fact miscarried.
Yeah.
And I just remember being completely heartbroken because here we thought our miracle, like God answered our prayer, we're pregnant, we're having a baby, like we can't wait to tell people, like our miracle happened. God is so good and he's so faithful. And then it just comes to a stop.
I was asking God, like, what kind of an ending is this to this season that we've been in?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Why this isn't good.
Yeah.
What's going on?
We were just in our room and you just cried together.
Yeah, I hugged you, and we just. Oh man, it was tough.
And we were just processing everything.
But we were together.
And
we did it together.
We were like, okay, God, like, we know this little babe is with you, and we're so thankful for that, and we're so sad that we just walk through this.
Even a little jealous of God. You get to meet our baby.
Yeah. A few months later, I was at a conference working, and I had texted Eric, and I was like, babe, I think, like, I don't know, maybe I should check. And he's like, don't check, Kara. Like,
I wanted to be there.
Wait until you get home. Like, we'll do it together. And
I was like, let's do a test together. And
I could not
see
wait.
what
I ran into the bathroom, and then I took the test, and it said positive, and I was so excited. I took a little selfie with the stick, and
she sends me the picture.
I was like, guess what?
And I was like, I wanted to be there when you did the test. I wanted to be there, but yeah, we were so happy.
And on January 2nd, 2020, we had a little baby boy named Bradley John David Mainse.
And Bradley is, he's amazing.
He's in the 99th
Honestly,
percentile. Like, he's a huge dude.
But he's amazing.
And he's perfect.
He
And he
is
looks
so
just
great.
like me. And I love
He does
that.
look more like Kara, according to other people, but I think he's got my eyes
But
and my hair color, so that works.
But God was so faithful through
Yeah.
it all. He was faithful in the good times and the times where we grieved and where we mourned. And he was faithful in the times where we were so excited, where we had these blessings and these miracles.
You don't have to look back at your situation and find where God was. Like, he's with you now. So just look for God, and he's there.
The Bible talks about that he's close to the brokenhearted, and he's close to you today.
Yeah, that's right.
Just rest in him, and he is so good.
We know that there are a lot of younger couples like us who have faced this
Or are
struggle,
facing this
or
right
are
now.
facing this struggle of infertility. You are in a really tough, challenging season, but don't let that pull you apart from each other.
Yeah.
Stay close to each other and go through it together.
I just want to encourage you to put your hope and your trust in Jesus, because he is good and faithful, and he'll never let you down. His timing may not seem perfect for you, but I can assure you that it is perfect and it is good, and he has an incredible plan in store for you. So just trust him. God is good.
Yeah, he is. All the time.
For more marriage encouragement, follow A Better Us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And subscribe for your free weekly Marriage Moment email at abetterus.tv.
We all joke about women and hormones and how hormones affect us, but I'm not sure how many of us really understand the effect that hormones have on a woman's libido. So let's just look at this. If you take day 1 of a woman's cycle as being the first day of her period, and then you go to ovulation, which is about between day 11 and 14 for most women, our hormone levels after our period leading up to ovulation, they work in such a way that our libidos are going to go up and up and up until they're at their peak right at ovulation. I call that the green zone. That's when women tend to be more frisky, more willing to try new things, more adventurous, all that kind of thing. But then something happens right at ovulation. Your body says, okay, we're done, and your hormone levels drop, and she just kind of loses it completely. She's just really not in the mood. So I call that our red zone. It doesn't mean that she can't have sex or she can't enjoy sex. It just means you need a lot more warming up. You need a lot more kissing. You need a lot more hugging. She needs to feel a lot more cherished. She's not just going to spontaneously want sex in the same way. Then something funny happens the week before her period. The hormones do some funny things so that your libido starts to goes up, but at the same time, you're really ticked off at your husband. So I call that kind of your orange zone, where you might be in the mood, but you're kind of prickly at the same time. So he just kind of has to tread carefully. So that's what women's hormones look like over the month. You're going to be green, then red, then orange. So my tips for you, if you're going to plan a big anniversary getaway where you want sex to be a big component of it, plan it in the green zone, not the red zone. Or if you're still getting used to sex and she hasn't quite figured out what all the fuss is about and you really want to help her experience orgasm, do that during the green zone because it's going to be a little bit more difficult in the red zone. So what do you do in the red zone? Hug a lot, kiss a lot, touch her a lot, do things slower. You don't need to be as adventurous, just let her feel cherished. What many people don't realize though, is that when you're on the birth control pill, it's entirely red zone because you take off those hormonal fluctuations and her libido's not really gonna be that high ever. It doesn't mean she can't enjoy sex, but it does mean that if she is feeling like she never has a libido and she's on the pill, it may be worth talking to the doctor about something else because it could be that there's nothing wrong with the marriage. It's just that the pill is affecting her in a negative way. The other thing that gets rid of those fluctuations is menopause. When we stop ovulating, you become all red zone. So what do you do in those red zones? I think that's when we need to learn that sex is more than just intercourse. It's what comes before and after too. And sometimes when we don't understand that, we can think that if I'm not in the mood, I must be mad at my husband. And then you look for all the reasons you're mad. That's always a bad idea. As soon as you look for them, you'll find them. Okay, just don't do that. But we start expecting that maybe I just don't like sex or maybe I don't like my husband. May not be that at all. It might just be hormones. God created you with a body, and our bodies affect our sex lives. So before you start thinking really, really negative things about your marriage or sex, just ask yourself, could this just be hormones? And then figure out, how can I make my hormones work for me rather than against our marriage?
It was great to hear from the hearts of Eric and Kara. Not just their love story, but how God walked with them in their struggle through infertility.
Yeah. And while God was with them through the highs and lows of this all too common heartbreak, we know that not all stories end as theirs did with the blessing of a baby.
My own sister walked through infertility for years before finally realizing that God was answering prayer in a different way. She and her husband became foster parents to some siblings who just needed a home, and they ended up loving them and raising them as their own and are now grandparents to their children.
It's a beautiful story of love and fulfillment. Yeah.
You know, God's answers to our prayers aren't always as we hope. Sometimes He truly does give us the desires of our heart, and sometimes He changes our desires to match His heart. Either way, trusting Him with your heart, that's the best place to begin.
Yeah. There's a phone number on the screen. That's our prayer line. It's there for you 24/7 and is answered by a caring person who would love to pray with you about whatever you may be going through.
And if knowing God in a personal way is something new to you, we would love to introduce you to Jesus, the one who loves you, died for you, and can heal your heart.
that really is the best place to start, no matter what you're going through. He is there for you.
We're so glad you've joined us today. And remember, with God, there is always hope to become a better us.
Hey friends, we really hope you're enjoying the marriage conversations here with A Better Us on our YouTube channel.
We have hundreds of more helpful marriage videos designed to give you hope and tools to make your marriage better.
And you can see just a few options we think you might like here and here.
Enjoy! Oh, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here so you don't miss out on all the great marriage help we have coming your way soon.